What is going on, everybody? Got another knife here for you to show today. This one I should have recorded a while back because I got it a while back, and again Instagram got the better of me where I posted on there, did a little quick video, did some pics, and then that was it. And you put off doing the YouTube thing for too long. So sorry about the delay, but without further ado, here is the Grant and Gavin Hawk, or Gavin and Grant Hawk Deadlock knife. And this is exactly how it came, in a box with this pouch and this, and I think that was it. Get right to the knife opening. So I've never had an out the front fully assisted knife, or a fully automatic knife actually, so I mean. I've had assisted knives and some speed safe side opening knives. But this was the first and really the only out the front that I've really definitely wanted because of the blade play issue. Obviously with pretty much all out the fronts, because of the mechanism, the way they're set up, you always have some rock or side to side or front and back play. But the cool thing about this knife is that there is zero play. So they went about trying to design a knife out the front, and pretty much what they would consider the perfect out the front knife. And it looks pretty sweet too, obviously. I kind of actually like the original design they did on the button, which was a non-ramp. It was an oval with just a bump in the middle, and they thought that was a better format for it, where you would have no slip on your thumb sliding up or down, so you get the full traction. After what I understand were some deliberations and consensus from other people in the knife world, they decided to go with the ramps, but they really put a lot of emphasis into the stepping on it, into the jimping here, so that you do get a really nice traction, and your thumb definitely fits in there really nicely. Get this to focus. So there really is, you get all the full force going one way or the other for the deployment. Service, I always like to comment on that. This was very easy to order. When I reached out via email to, I believe it was Gavin Hawk, or his email on this, got response right back. They gave the lead time, gave the options. At the time, I think the original blade steel was something different. I can't recall what it was. It ended up being a 204P, which is a great steel. I like it. I had it on one of my zero tolerance knives a while back. A long time ago, and I love that steel. So it's definitely a quality steel on here. The liners are all titanium, and the deployment button is obviously titanium, and the pocket clip is titanium, and it's this the classic Grant Gavin Hawk design clip, which I think is excellent for getting in and out of the pocket, but just easy on the pockets too themselves. So we'll do some close-ups on here for you so you can see it. Hopefully it focuses. So you can see there's the name, Deadlock. G&G Hawk. And then patent pending. Obviously they try to get all their stuff patented. This is a special, I guess, type of setup mechanism in there that they're doing to obviously get the no blade play. Flip it around. Model A, 2016, and then CTS 204P on the steel, as I discussed. And then you can really see how it's just locked right in there. Give you a look at the button again. And then there was some just standard options you could choose from, as far as if you just wanted the liners stonewashed, or I don't know if it was stonewashed or blasted or flamed, so it was just kind of that rainbow effect on there. And what I kind of wanted was the black and gold look. So we opted for the carbon fiber. You could get, I think, full titanium at the time when I ordered this. They were just offering that option, but I like the carbon fiber for just how they do it. It's obviously a very nice looking, slightly gloss / slightly matte look to it, how they finish it off. And then obviously adds a little bit lighter weight to the knife. and then just have the gold to contrast that, not just have the flame. And I just kind of want something different. I hadn't seen just a gold and black one, and I just thought that was pretty sweet. Give you a better look at the top of the pocket clip there. They did a really nice job on this. Give you a look at the blade. So this is the dagger grind on it, and that's a little extra option. They have just the regular type blade where it's not dagger ground and it's just, you know, drop point on one side. I did make sure not to get both sides sharpened, just based on knife laws or knife issues and stuff like that. I like to kind of keep safe there. I would never carry this or go out with it just where I live, but I may be moving and I may be able to then carry this, but I probably wouldn't carry this one. It'd be more the collector type thing, which I've discussed in other videos. So it's dagger ground, but it's only sharpened on this side. As you can see, this isn't, you know, sharp there, but you could sharpen it obviously if you wanted to. Get that hair off of there. And then just to give you a look inside, don't do this at home, but just so you can see the opening and slit, and you can kind of see right there some of the notches. I believe that is part of what is about holding this blade perfectly in place, and how tight they have to be with everything to make it all fit and work and hold the right way. So very awesome piece. I'm very glad that I have it. I probably won't ever get that many out the fronts beyond this one. It just kind of, my nature is, hey, if there's someone that's kind of like the best piece and it's at a good price, that, you know, that's within my range of affordability, I definitely want to have it and check it out. I'm not sure how many of these made. I had sent an email to him and hadn't heard back. I would love to know, you know, how many of these are out in the wild at this point. I know he's done several shows and sold them at shows, and order-wise, I don't know how many out there. Several YouTubers have done videos on them, but definitely just wanted to show mine off. And then with the automatic part of it, kind of go over and show some other assisted knives I have and what their actions are. Obviously nothing of the quality of this, but just to show you, let's go to another Hawk design. Here's the Boker grip lock, assisted opening knife. And I've shown this one, I have a video on this one too, but you know, obviously a budget knife, but something that's, you know, automatic, or not automatic, assisted, for you guys to kind of look at. Yeah, I mean, this thing just fires out. Another one, close this up. Kershaw here. Obviously another budget knife, but assisted. Probably a little bit stronger firing action, but obviously different, a little slightly different type mechanism on it too. So there's that. Love how that thing goes back in too. Really nice action on that. Another Kershaw. This one I actually got free. I think I got this as a free winning giveaway or something from Blade Ops. And this is the Kershaw Needs Work. This program I think actually has the best spring on it. And it's probably the least expensive of the other three knives I just showed. And obviously much less expensive this one. And obviously these are all assisted. But just wanted to give you some look at some other actions. And then as far as my only other out the front, which I've shown in another video, this is the Schrade SCH OTF 7. Wish I actually had held out. I think there was, I don't know if it's the 9 or 10, or they're coming up with another one where they've put the actual assist button on the side and shortened it, where it's still a drawback, but the release is on the side. It was pretty cool, actually. You know, I know Schrade has some other issues in regards to other things about them, but as far as that, I thought that was pretty neat. But at the time, this was the only kind of budget-friendly, out the front assisted knife that kind of met up with some of the other knife laws that are out there based around it, and I thought it was pretty cool. So safety's off. You know, it's not the best to do it from, you know, this standing point, and that's why I thought it'd be neat to get that other one with this. But now that I have this, that's really not necessary. But the best way, I think, to deploy this knife, which I've shown multiple times, is a reverse grip, thumb here, and you just pop it out. So we'll do that way one more time just so you can see that. Yeah, and this thing is just super quick. The other thing that I got different on the Deadlock knife is the blade finish. So they were only offering one blade finish. Even I requested, asked them a couple different things. They said, no, we're not doing that. But it was supposed to be only a stonewash sandblast finish or a stonewash finish. I think there was two options, stonewash or stonewash sandblast. And I actually asked for just sandblast, just blasted. I kind of like the look of just a blasted knife. Obviously, it's kind of similar to the blade on this one. Yeah, you can see, this is a blasted finish as well. And again, I kind of fall in the realm of many other people out there where I kind of want something just slightly different from what everyone else gets from the standard ones that are sold sold at the beginning where there was 2 or 3 things. So obviously the gold instead of the rainbow kind of flame finish, or the blasted finish on the titanium, stonewash sandblasted, and then also on the blade, that's just a fully blasted blade with the dagger grind with the sharpen on one side. So that is the Grant and Gavin Hawk Deadlock. I think it's a very nice piece. One thing that I've forgotten to comment in a lot of videos recently, and I probably should just do a whole slew of my custom knives and do a just talking point on it. I don't know how much people enjoy those things or not. Sometimes I like the discussions on them. But packaging and certification. So like I said, this came in a box in this velvet pouch and this knife and wrapped in newspaper, and that was it. And hey, look, I know I'm paying for this knife and it's expensive, but it's handmade and there's a lot of technology or refinery in this. But I think it would be pretty nice to get a card, a certificate that says, this is number, serial of whatever number, materials, maker, information, something like that. Or maybe a little bit better packaging, and the packaging integrates what that is. Maybe it's, the box itself has on the outside. I know Jake Hoback did it for a while with the first mid-tech run he did on the box. It said blade material, birth date, all that stuff. I know on the knife, it's great, and I like that they put this here, the information on the side, obviously of the blade steel and the birth date, obviously the name of it and the maker. But again, just that extra additional card that says, that kind of information on it, and maybe some other type of additional packaging. I know that's additional cost, but there are people out there that do it and do it well. Browse Blades obviously does a really nice job with that, and he's able to keep his stuff at a certain price level. It's not obviously all custom. It's mid-tech or that kind of setup. But again, I go back to some other custom knives I have that I wish I'd gotten that. Some other ones I can think of would be the Mikkel Williamson CWC, awesome knife, awesome service. Just would have been nice to get some, certification or some kind of additional stuff with the packaging. Will Moon, same thing. His MK6 and the MK7 that I got from him just kind of came in a box, and that was it. No cards or certifications or information beyond that. So those would be things I think would be good to do, especially when you're spending this much money on a knife, to have that additional stuff, especially if you're ever going to go resell and everything. But this is how it comes. Obviously, the action on it is terrific. The reliability of it, the no blade play anywhere, pretty much the best locking out the front knife on the market out there, and there's obviously just not a ton of them to get. So definitely check it out. And last thing I'm just going to show is what I think is my hardest firing manual knife, or non-automatic, non-assisted knife. And that is the Thunder Tannic, or the Tough Tannic knife that I have from Jeff. And this thing has the hardest detent on it, I think, that I have in my collection, but it just fires out ridiculously hard. I have a video on this too, obviously, you can check that out. But just so you can see how that compares, and hopefully I can still fire this thing. I haven't taken this out of the case in a while. Yeah, I mean, you just hear that thing. it breaks extremely hard on the detent. It's obviously very smooth too. I gotta take this out more often. This thing is just awesome. Pretty sweet. One from that, you know, first run of these that he ever did. Great sound. But just so you can see compared, yeah, both pretty hard firing. And I like the pressure, the amount of pressure you need to put on the button to fire this off. So that's the video. Hope you guys are doing well, and I'll try to get more of these out, and hopefully this one wasn't too filled with ums and stuttering and trying to figure out what I'm going to talk about, because this was kind of off the cuff, wanted to get this one out. So take care, guys.